Hey, what's up guys? Eldon here. I'm going to show you guys how to change the brakes, the rear brakes on a 2021 Camry TRD. I looked up videos and didn't see anybody specifically putting up TRD rear brakes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do it because yeah, there's a little bit of struggle. It's very similar to the 2018 to the 2024 Camrys, so but yeah, anyways, let's get into it and I'll show you guys how to get this off and replace them. Alright, so these are all the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a drill, if you have a small one laying around, very practical, or one of those 90 3/4 inch ratchets, electric ratchets. I have one, but it's not here right now, so I'm using this. You're going to need one of these, a ratchet with a 14 millimeter socket, 14 millimeter wrench, and a small crescent wrench, because you're going to need this to get into this. It's the only thing I can find. A wrench is too thick for it to get in there, so yeah. So yeah, and then you're going to need this to put the cylinder back into the caliper. So there you go. Alright, so what I do first is I grab the wrench, 14 mil wrench, and your crescent wrench, and you're going to want to break it free, break it loose, put that on there, and then put this one on the inside nut. And then once you get that in there good, you're going to want to break it free, so it's opposite way, obviously. Actually, do this first. Once you get that little loose, okay, then you're going to want to get this one in there, hold it in place, and then kind of, it's a little tricky, guys. It's not easy, that's for sure. You got to kind of grab it a little bit in there, plus with the sensor in the way and everything else, kind of have to just kind of wedge it in there and hopefully get a good grip and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. You just need a little bit of a grip. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to grab it and get it loose. And then once you get it loose, then you can kind of use your hands to get the rest off. So okay, see, I mean, it's kind of slips a little bit. There's probably an easier way to do this, but this is what I have here at the shop. So yeah. Okay, and then once you got a good grip and got it loose, put your ratchet in there, and then you can just kind of get the rest off. There you go. Hold it in place. Whoops. I want to chip the red. Bam. Now, I use this on the top, and I use the drill on the bottom because there's a lot more room for a drill. If I had my 1/4 inch or my 90 ratchet, that'd be really easy. But yeah, using what I got. One down. And like I said, once you break this nut back here loose, you can easily get this in there, or if you want to use a wrench, this is just in there temporarily just to hold the inside nut in place so you can loosen out the outside. It's the most difficult part of this whole procedure. Alright, once you got those two nuts out, loose and out, just kind of slide this up. I think the rest of the way you guys can figure it out. You guys have done brakes before, but just in case you guys haven't, put that up there. Don't ever rest it on the lines, of course, on the sensors. It sits right up on top there. And then yeah, let's check these brakes. I haven't checked them in a while. I've been kind of busy and whatnot, but yeah, those have seen better days. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, definitely need to be replaced. My God. Well, I went and got some ones from Riley's and Brake Best Select. They're about $60-$70, I think. So yeah, way better. Now each of these brake pads kits that you get, they're going to come with new hardware. I recommend always replacing it. Anytime you're replacing brakes, go ahead and replace these clips as well. So yeah, you want to kind of match it up. That goes there, kind of goes in the same way. So just kind of pull this out. Usually I like to use tools for this kind of situation because you don't want to hurt your hands. And the new one just kind of pops right in. Voila, easy peasy. Yeah, don't hurt yourselves, guys. Just use your tools as possible. Try not to scratch the red paint, obviously, and get the new ones in there. So there you go. All right, now once you got your brake pads in, slide them in. Let me show you a little trick what I do, how to get these in. They're a little tricky sometimes. You're trying to figure out how to get them in. What I do is do the bottom in first, slide them in like this, and then kind of push down on the little tabs, and then you want to kind of push in like this, and then bam, both sides. Just kind of bottom in first, and then slide them in, so it kind of just sits in there flush. So anyways, once you have that in, you're going to want to get this cylinder kind of pushed back into the caliper here. So what I do, kind of hold it up here, use this big boy, and here you go. Just push it right back in there. Heck yeah, dude. Now the fun part of sliding it back on. Wow, okay, this one was a lot easier than the other side. Bam. There you go. Put your two nuts back in. Now a lot of you guys probably put some oh my gosh, what it's called, the silver stuff they put on here. It's been a while, sorry guys. Antifreeze around here. That way they don't lock up, because you know these do get hot, cold constantly, so they expand and retract whatever over time. But yeah, these came out really easily, so fairly new car, but over time, you know, 10-15 years from now, definitely want to keep those lubricated and keep them from seizing up on you. So yeah, and I did not use any brake gel in here. I don't have any on me, so shouldn't be too bad. All right, so you just kind of hand tighten these nuts in. Once you get them flush, pretty tight, then you're gonna come over and kind of just use a tool. Once you get it in there good enough, use a crescent wrench, obviously, to kind of hold it in place. Get a little grip in there again. Oh, one down, and do the same thing with the other. One thing to be careful of is don't tighten the crescent wrench in between your caliper and not your caliper, your caliper and the nut. So, God damn it! All right, after an excruciating hour. No, I'm just kidding. It was actually like 20 minutes, but no, it's good to go. Bad boys, you ready to go for another 100,000 miles? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, actually, oh my gosh, 100,000 miles. 100,000 miles, guys. I recommend around 80 if you do back roading and stuff like that. Probably a little sooner than that, but yeah, probably should have replaced these around 80 to 90,000. But yeah, these these lasted 100,000 miles. That's insane. Anyways, I've already replaced the fronts. They're on their second set of pads. Probably should be replacing those here pretty soon, around 110,000 miles. I just hit 100,000 miles on this Camry, so doing all right. All right, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something new. I know I did, and I guess you don't need to use this. So yeah, thought you would, but you know what? Actually, the ratchet itself is plenty. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something new again, and see you next video. Bye.